Ever watched the Olympics, seen the fencing, and thought, wow, that's,
It's always so intense.
yeah. But also,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
probably costs a fortune to even try, right?
Right.
You're not alone if you've thought that
Yeah, yeah.
fencing has this image.
I found
Like,
that.
it's only for,
It's like the gated community of sports.
yes.
Yeah.
And that can be really
Oh,
intimidating.
for sure. Keeps people away who might actually love it.
Exactly. So we're doing this deep dive to get into it all.
Love
We've
them.
got a great blog post from the Academy of Fencing Masters.
They're a great resource.
They are. Some comments from actual fencers, too.
Always good to hear from the source.
Right. And even a personal blog post
Talk
that
about
gets
that.
into the nitty-gritty, you know?
Yeah, those personal takes are so valuable.
Totally. So goal is you leave here knowing what fencing actually costs.
No more mystery.
Exactly.
I like it.
So Academy of Fencing Masters, AFM for
It
short,
makes sense.
they lay things out really well.
Yeah, they do.
Starting with that initial investment.
Which, let's be real, every sport has.
Oh, for sure. You're going to spend something to get started.
Exactly.
But in fencing, it's specialized.
It is. You've got your weapons, all the protective gear,
The whole shebang.
the whole shebang. And the AFM blog, they mention around $400 to $650.
Okay, so not chump change. When I saw that number, I was like, oof.
Right, it's an investment.
It is, but here's where it gets interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
They break that initial cost down over 2 years
Okay.
because good fencing gear, it lasts.
Oh, it's made to last. Unlike, like, basketball shoes or something.
Right. So over 2 years, it's more like $20 to $30 per month.
Oh, see, now that's not bad.
Right. Suddenly feels more doable.
Way more approachable, yeah.
And AFM gives this great tip for beginners.
Oh, I love good tip.
Used gear
Oh, smart.
saves money, especially starting out, and it's good for the planet too.
Sustainability, love it. Good quality gear, lower cost, win-win.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've tackled the gear. What about the consistent costs?
Right, because it's not like...
It's not a team sport where it's like one fee and you're done.
Exactly. It's more like...
More individualized?
Yeah, like taking lessons or classes.
You got it. And the AFM blog, they actually...
They break it all down?
They do. They break it down really well. So they've got these tiers, right? Group lessons.
Which are great for beginners, I'd imagine.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
On the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Those run, let's see, $10 to $30 an hour, usually.
Okay, that's not...
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, way more than I thought, honestly.
Right. And then, if you want more one-on-one, there's private lessons.
Makes sense, but those are probably pricier.
They are, yeah. Those can be $120 to $200.
There's a but.
Big but. Those are usually only 20-minute sessions.
Oh, okay, so it's like...
Way more focused.
Right, you're paying for that expert's undivided attention.
Exactly. And that can be so valuable when you're really trying to improve.
It's like, like getting your car detailed versus just a wash.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
You pay more, but you're getting a much deeper level of service.
Totally. And it highlights how those fencing costs, they can seem misleading if you...
If you don't know the whole picture, yeah.
Right. Which, by the way, this comment from Kevin on the AFM blog, so good.
Oh, what'd they say?
He said, and this is great, I've paid more for a semester of college
No.
than I have for months of fencing.
Wow, okay.
And he's like, and fencing is way more fun.
I mean, he's not wrong. Sometimes those college courses.
The worst. But his point is so key, right? Like, cost isn't everything.
It's about value, isn't it? What you get out of it.
Exactly. And sometimes it's about the experience, not just the,
Not just the dollar amount.
Yes. Okay. But speaking of dollars and cents,
Hit me with it.
hidden costs.
Yes.
The sneaky ones.
The ones no one tells you about.
Yeah.
But this personal blog post we found, The Cost of Competitive Fencing, a Modern Paradox.
Okay. I love the title.
Right. They get real about it.
Lay it on us.
So they break down all those extras.
Stuff that adds up, right?
Oh, big time. Competition fees.
Coaching at the events.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have a coach.
Travel.
Right. There's not free.
Even like parking, food. It's wild.
It's the whole picture, and most people don't realize.
They don't. And the blog actually lists individual fees, like $30 for an ROIC admin fee.
What even is that?
No idea. But then there's $60 for ROC registration,
Okay.
a $9 sanction fee, and a $70 VTME event fee.
Okay, at this point, it's just letters and numbers.
Right. Like, what am I even paying for at this point?
It's overwhelming, honestly.
Totally. Oh, and don't forget the credit card processing fee, a whole $4.42.
You've got to be kidding me. That's brutal.
It's those little things. Death by 1,000 paper cuts,
Oh, I feel that.
But seriously, this blog post makes it clear. You want to compete. Be ready financially.
It's not just a casual hobby at that point.
Exactly. And because of all these extras, the blog author estimates
Okay, let's hear it.
casual fencing, maybe $2,500 a year, but elite,
The elite's got to be way more.
up to $20,000.
Whoa. See, that's on par with, like, gymnastics or something.
Which also have those hidden costs.
Right, but with fencing, it's less.
Transparent, yeah.
Yeah, and that makes it harder to budget for.
And scary for people who are already hesitant about the cost.
Totally. It's like, surprise, here's a whole other bill.
Right. But even with all that, the blog author, they're still in it.
Really? After all that?
Yeah, because their kid, like, lives for fencing.
Yeah, go. That brings us to the big question then.
The $1,000,000 question.
When is something worth the cost? Like, really worth it?
It's easy to fixate on the dollar amount, but at the end of the day, it's like, what are you getting out of it?
Exactly. And for different people, that's different things.
Right. For some people, it might be like, I learned this cool skill.
Right. It's unique. It's challenging.
Yeah. Or the competition.
Yeah, adrenaline rush, for sure.
Or even just like being part of the fencing world.
It's a whole community.
And those little wins, you know? Like when you finally get that move down.
Oh, those moments are the best.
Or you score that point you've been working towards.
Like, priceless. Honestly, it's often those things.
That keep you coming back.
Totally. Even when you're like, oof, my bank account.
For real. And it goes back to that commenter, Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Saying
yeah.
fencing is the, quote, gym he actually wants to go to.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it is an investment.
In yourself, basically.
And that makes you wonder, like, could we make it easier for people to get into fencing?
Because those costs we talked about, they're a barrier for sure.
Totally. Like, what if we could break those down?
Right. Think of all the people who could be amazing.
Who just need a chance. And I think, honestly, there
Yeah.
are ways to do it.
Like what?
Remember how that Academy of Fencing Masters blog?
They were very upfront about the costs.
Exactly. Imagine if more places did that.
No more hidden fees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything's clear from the start. People know what they're getting into.
I love that. And maybe even like sliding scale fees
Yeah.
based on what people can afford.
There you
Okay.
go. Or partnering with those used gear places.
Oh, that's smart.
Make it easier to get the equipment without breaking the bank.
Right. It's about making it for everyone.
Not just the quote-unquote elite.
Yes. It's fencing, not a country club.
Exactly. I think that's a good note to end on.
It is. So, if you're thinking about fencing, do your research.
The costs are real.
Uti.
But there's so much you get out of it.
The community, the challenge, the pure fun of it.
Who knows? It might become your new favorite thing. Thanks for joining us.